This NBA champion decided to leave the NBA to go play basketball in Taiwan, where he was basically a big celebrity there. But why did he leave the NBA, and why wouldn't any teams give him a contract? Because Dwight Howard was no ordinary basketball player. After becoming the #1 NBA draft pick in 2004, he became the youngest player at that time to average a double-double in his rookie season. He then went on to win 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards in a row, and after 8 NBA All-Star selections and winning a championship with the Lakers, Dwight Howard ended up shocking everyone by taking his talent to play in Taiwan. His debut game in the league, he scored 38 points, grabbing 25 rebounds, and dishing out 9 assists and blocking 4 shots. This big man even participated in the 3-point contest and won the league's All-Star Game MVP. After becoming a celebrity in Taiwan, going on countless game shows and interviews and commercials, Dwight Howard is now making another decision about his career that is gonna shock everyone once again. This is the rise and fall of Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard was a beast in high school, winning the McDonald's Player of the Year award, and straight out of high school, he was selected 1st overall by the Orlando Magic, and his impact was immediately felt, finishing 3rd in the Rookie of the Year voting and making him all-rookie first team. He had his first All-Star season in 2006 and took the league by storm. From 2006 to 2014, Howard made 8 straight All-Star games. He even led the Orlando Magic to their 2nd appearance ever in the NBA Finals for the 2009 season. And even though he would go on to lose to Kobe Bryant and the Lakers, this playoff run proved that Dwight was one of the best players in the league. And at the time, people debated whether or not Howard was actually better than LeBron James, since Dwight had just beaten him in the Eastern Conference Finals. We obviously know who's better, but that just shows how good he was, especially early on in his career. He then went on to win Defensive Player of the Year award 3 times in a row from 2009 to 2011. And let's also not forget the show he put on in the 2008 dunk contest. After the 2011 to 2012 NBA season, Dwight was dealt to the Los Angeles Lakers in a 4-team trade, and this was the beginning of the end of his dominance in the NBA. This Lakers super team with Steve Nash, Kobe Bryant, and Dwight Howard way underperformed, and Dwight Howard actually sustained a major shoulder injury that would affect his career heavily. During this time, Kobe Bryant and Dwight Howard also had their fair share of disagreements, and after the two became teammates, their relationship actually got worse, and it even resulted in Kobe calling Dwight soft and a teddy bear. Now, within a year, Dwight moved on to the Houston Rockets, and while he was solid in Houston, he would make his last NBA All-Star appearance in 2014. And by 2015, he became an NBA journeyman because, well, he played for 6 different teams in 7 years. In 2020, Dwight finally won that ring that he was chasing after when he joined the Lakers and won that bubble championship. But after 2 more years in the NBA, he out of nowhere just left the league in 2022 and joined the T1 City Leopards in Taiwan. And there are so many people that have theories as to why he actually left the NBA. Some people argue that it was his outdated play style that made him leave the NBA, while others argue that he simply got too old. But Shannon Sharpe actually asked him about this in an interview and specifically asked if he would be willing to go back to the Lakers, and he said this.
Would you be willing to go back to the Lakers?
I would have went willing to go back to the Lakers. I've been willing to go back. They told me every time we not gonna get nobody over 30 a contract, a multiple year contract.
Okay.
And so I'm like, dang, I just helped y'all win a NBA championship. Right. Y'all could give your boy a meal or 2.
Now, I guess the Lakers just didn't think he was worth $1 million or 2, even after he helped them win the championship, which makes me and a lot of other people think that it wasn't really about his gameplay, but maybe more about his relationship with his teammates. Dwight Howard got into it with Anthony Davis on the sidelines during one of the games, and we also know that Dwight Howard just didn't get along with a lot of the teammates on his previous teams. At this time, Dwight had 0 offers to play in the NBA, and this is when Dwight Howard decided to go play overseas, where he was going to make a lot more money than all the other guys in the Taiwan League.
What made you? What was the deciding factor?
I played in the NBA for 18 years, and I was like, man, I want to try something different. They called me about Taiwan. I always wanted to play in another country. There's nothing else I have to prove in the NBA. So why not go somewhere else and get some fans that would never see me play basketball in person unless they are in the States, a chance to see me play.
When Dwight Howard decided to go play overseas, he definitely got the attention maybe that he was looking for and the playing time, and he was probably the most popular player over there in that league. Now, of course, the competition was not as good as the NBA, and so Dwight was able to play a little bit more differently, started shooting up a lot more three-pointers, and he even became the rebound leader for that season, kind of going back to his old Dwight self.
The team I was on, they went from 1,200 fans a game to 16,000. We sold out the arena every game. The coach couldn't speak English, so I had to worry about nothing. Give Howard ball move. That was the play. I'm running point guard, two guard.
Dwight was definitely thriving in this new basketball environment. He got selected to the All-Star game. He won the All-Star game MVP, and he scored 37 points, grabbed 13 rebounds, and had 8 assists that game. He was even in the three-point contest, which was super unexpected since he only made 22 three-pointers in his entire NBA career. Even though his team sucked, finishing 6-24 on the year, Howard played a whopping 35 minutes a night and averaged 23 points.
We had the worst local players. I didn't say that. It wasn't me. Allegedly. Right. This is what they said before I got there. They was just triple, quadruple teaming me and leaving everybody else. They weren't good.
Now, during this last season, as some of the teams started to lose during the NBA playoffs, Howard started calling for these NBA players to find their way over to Taiwan.
Julius Randle, come on. Ben Simmons, come on, man. Clay, you can slide down here too, my boy.
At this point in his career, it seemed like things were on the up. Dwight was playing a lot, and he was playing really well overseas, and he seemed to love Taiwan. But by the end of the season, things seemed to take a downward turn. As Dwight ended the season, he was ready to sign a new contract, but they offered him 65% less on this new contract than when he came to Taiwan. And worse than that, they didn't even pay him his last paycheck before leaving the country. And as he was at the airport getting ready to leave, he shed some tears because he loved the country, he loved playing for them, or maybe he was crying because he didn't get his last paycheck. Regardless, Dwight Howard isn't sure if he's going to return to play. He's probably going to want the contract to pay him a lot more money than 65% less of his last contract. So we aren't sure if he's going to come back and play. Maybe he's going to go and play for an NBA team if anyone is willing to pick him up. Because recently he said that he would like to join the Sacramento Kings and help with their backup big man situation behind Sabonis. Now, we're still not sure if that is going to play out just yet, but we are sure of one crazy thing that he wants to do next. After coming back to the States to hang out with his family and take some much needed rest, he posted on Instagram, and at the very bottom of this Instagram post, he said he was thinking about buying a team in Taiwan.
That's kind of my next step over there. Is I'm in the process of owning a team. Not only could I be a player if I wanted to, but I have my own team, raise up the level of play there, but also bring more players from America to come play international ball, because I think a lot of guys feel like if they don't make it to the NBA, that's it. And there's other avenues to make money and grow your brand globally than the NBA, because truth be told, everybody not gonna make it to the NBA. Taiwan is a great place to come hoop, live with your family, stuff like that, and make some good money.
Dwight's probably had one of the most up and down careers in the NBA, and I'm really excited to see how it all plays out and what he's gonna do next.